California has a surplus of power plants that are not needed, but still charge customers for their construction and maintenance costs. You might think that having more power plants than you need is a good thing. After all, it means you have plenty of electricity to meet your demand, right? Well, not exactly. In fact, having too many power plants can be a problem for both the environment and your wallet. Let me explain. California has invested heavily in solar power in recent years, as part of its ambitious goal to get half of its electricity from renewable sources by today. About 1/4 of the state's electricity comes from solar panels and other renewable sources. But there's a catch. Solar power is intermittent, meaning it only produces electricity when the sun is shining. And sometimes, the sun shines too much. On some days, California produces so much solar power that it has to pay other states to take it off its hands, or even order some solar plants to reduce their output. This is called curtailment, and it wastes clean energy that could have been used instead of fossil fuels. Meanwhile, California still has a lot of natural gas-fired power plants that run on fossil fuels and emit greenhouse gases. These plants are needed to provide reliable electricity when solar power is not available, such as at night or on cloudy days. But they also have another function. They provide backup capacity for the grid, meaning they can ramp up quickly if there is a sudden surge in demand or a drop in supply. The problem is that these natural gas plants are not cheap to build or maintain. And even though they are not used very often, they still charge customers for their existence. This is called capacity payments, and it's a way for power plant owners to recover their fixed costs and make a profit. According to a report by the California Public Utilities Commission, CPUC, the state's electricity customers paid about $6.7 billion in capacity payments and this amount is expected to increase as more renewable energy comes online and more natural gas plants are retired. So what's the solution? Well, one option is to expand the grid and share the excess solar power with other states or regions. This would reduce curtailment and make better use of renewable energy resources. Another option is to invest in energy storage technologies, such as batteries or pumped hydro, that can store excess solar power during the day and release it when needed. This would reduce the need for natural gas plants and lower capacity payments. But both of these options require planning, coordination and investment from various stakeholders, including utilities, regulators, lawmakers and consumers. And so far, there is no clear consensus or vision on how to achieve this. In the meantime, California's electricity customers are stuck with paying for power plants that are not needed, but still charge them for their construction and maintenance costs. California is known for many things: Hollywood, Silicon Valley, sunny beaches, and high electricity prices. In fact, Californians pay some of the highest electric rates in the country, and they keep going up every year. In this video, we'll explore how California's electricity rates have increased 12% in the last year alone, and are now 50% higher than the national average. One of the main reasons why California's electricity rates are so high is because of the state's ambitious clean energy goals. California has a mandate to get 100% of its electricity from carbon-free sources by 2045, and to do that, it needs to invest in renewable energy projects like solar and wind farms, as well as battery storage and transmission lines. These investments are paid for by the customers of the state's three major investor-owned utilities: Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E, Southern California Edison, SCE, and San Diego Gas and Electric, SDG&E. These utilities charge their customers based on the cost of providing electricity, plus a profit margin approved by the California Public Utilities Commission, CPUC. According to the CPUC's electric rate comparison website, the average residential electric rate for PG&E customers in 2022 was 31 cents per kilowatt-hour, for SCE customers it was 28 cents per kilowatt-hour, and for SDG&E customers it was 34 cents per kilowatt-hour. These rates are much higher than the national average of 13 cents per kilowatt-hour, and they are expected to increase even more in the next few years. For example, PG&E has proposed a 22% rate hike from 2023 to 2026, on top of a 22% rate hike already planned for SCE has also proposed a 14% rate hike from 2022 to. These rate hikes are mainly driven by the need to upgrade the aging grid infrastructure, prevent wildfires, and integrate more renewable energy. Another reason why California's electricity rates are high is because of the state's deregulated energy market. In California, customers have a choice between getting their electricity from their utility or from a community choice aggregator, CCA. A CCA is a local entity that buys electricity from different sources and sells it to customers at competitive rates. CCAs can offer lower rates than utilities because they don't have to pay for grid maintenance or wildfire mitigation. However, CCAs also have to pay an exit fee to their utility to compensate for the loss of revenue. This exit fee is called the Power Charge Indifference Adjustment, PCIA, and it can add up to several cents per kilowatt-hour on top of the CCA's rate. As more customers switch to CCAs, the PCIA increases for the remaining utility customers, making their rates even higher. So what can Californians do to lower their electric bills? One option is to go solar. Solar panels can generate free electricity from the sun and reduce or eliminate your dependence on your utility or CCA. According to EnergySage, a website that connects solar shoppers with installers, the average cost of a solar panel system in California is $13,000 before incentives, and it can pay for itself in less than 6 years. Solar panels can also increase your home value and protect you from future rate hikes. Another option is to switch to a time-of-use (TOU) rate plan. A TOU rate plan charges different rates depending on the time of day and season. Typically, rates are higher during peak hours when demand is high and lower during off-peak hours when demand is low. By shifting your electricity usage to off-peak hours, you can save money on your electric bill. For example, you can run your dishwasher or charge your electric vehicle at night instead of during the day. You can also use smart devices like thermostats and appliances that can automatically adjust your energy consumption based on TOU rates. California's electricity rates are among the highest in the nation, and they are likely to keep rising as the state pursues its clean energy goals. However, there are ways to lower your electric bill and save money in the long run. By going solar or switching to a TOU rate plan, you can take control of your energy costs and help California achieve a greener future.